Why anti-subsidy protests didn't turn violent under Jonathan. A former director, Department of State Service, Mike Ejiofor, has said the protest staged to kick against attempts by a former President Goodluck Jonathan-led government to remove petrol subsidy in 2012 didn't turn violent, partly because of the body language of the former president. Welcome back to our channel. This channel keeps you updated in everything going on in your country, Nigeria. Do well to like and subscribe to our channel. Please listen to the news in full. Ejiofor, who is the president of the Alumni Association of the National Institute of Security Study, also said that the protesters also didn't go irate because the situation in the country was not as bad as it is presently. The former DSS boss gave the explanation while speaking on the planned End Bad Governance coming up August 1st to August 10th, 2024 protests and the move of government to dissuade the organizers from storming the streets. Recall, the DSS on Thursday warned the organizers of the planned nationwide protest against proceeding with the action, saying it uncovered a plan by some elements to infiltrate the protest and use it to cause chaos and extreme violence in the land. Also, the military and police have also warned against the protest scheduled to be held from August 1st to August 10th in response to the economic hardship experienced in the country. The level of violence being envisaged can only be described as a state of anarchy. The armed forces on its part will not stand by and allow anarchy to befall our nation, Defense spokesman Major General Edward Buba said on Thursday. Meanwhile, speaking through an interview on Arise TV morning show, Ejiofor on Friday while answering questions on why the protest of 2012 was not subjected to threats and a calmed down by security agency, said it was partly because of the body language of Jonathan, who was the then president, and the situation of the country as of 2012 isn't as bad as it is now. He, however, said the president's situation in the country has left a hard condition, posting fear that the planned protest, if staged, has a tendency to be hijacked because people are now hungry and desperate. The 2012 protest didn't turn violent. One, because of body language of the sitting president then. He allowed everything to go and the situation was not as bad as what we have now. It can be exploited because people are hungry, desperate, and want to use anything to vent their anger on. He said, arguing that while the rights of the people to protest remain sacrosanct, the fear of the protest being hijacked remain high and could be exploited by people who may seize the situation to push their personal interests. It is their legitimate right to protest as enshrined in the constitution, but I think the organizers of protests did us a lot of good by giving sufficient notice to the government of their intention to go on of appeal from various stakeholder interest group appealing to them to shelve the plan. No matter how good their intentions are, I believe this will be hijacked eventually, he said, maintaining that the fear is very high that this protest will be hijacked. He added that some people see this government as the best government, whatever, because of their personal interests, not because of national interest. They could also represent their own interests and not the interest of the government. So that's why we are afraid it might be hijacked. Some people might tell us that this APC government is not doing well. Others will tell you that this is the best government. So you have been conflicting interests. That is why it is necessary that for now, because of the enormous security challenge we should not compound our problem by engaging in more protests. Recalling the NSAS 2020 protests, which according to him led to properties being destroyed and loss incurred by the nation and individual. He added that though the organizers of the End Bad Governance, considering the hardship in his country, people of ulterior motive may hijack the process. Looking at the demand, we will all agree that there is economic hardship in the country. There is hunger and anger in the land. But again, people who are more hungry now will exploit the opportunity to loot people's shop, and it will eventually turn to appeal to organizers to shelve the plan and give government time to look at it, he said. On the warning of security agency, AJ4 said the security agents have the duty to respond with force should be protest on turn violence. Nobody is saying that Nobody is saying they should not protest, but if you protest and it's not violence, the government has this sanctuary mandate of protecting the state and the innocent citizen. The point remains that people have the right to protest as long as it doesn't turn violence, he said. He, however, warned against comments by some aides of the President Bola Tinubu, which he described as provocative and could engender provocation and ethnic coloration and religious contamination. These are other issues agitating my mind. The issue of some provocative statements that the president's aides are making that is likely to provoke people, given its political meaning, ethnic coloration, religious contamination. These are not helping issues, he said. The president He called on President Tinubu not just to stop at consulting with interest group in the country, but to also extend the reach to the common Nigerians at the grassroots while stressing the need for the protest. The ordinary man is in the streets need also to know what is happening, because some people do not even have electricity to look at the nation to know what is going on in their country. I think the president needs to directly speak to the people, maybe make a national broadcast. This will help in relaxing the situation. Also, featuring on Arise TV morning show on Friday, the Musa mentioned that current cases of rampage and looting of goods of private individuals, particularly as experienced in the northern part of the country, poses a risk to what may become the protest should it go on. We are afraid that with the level of anger right now in the country, especially in the northern as it is, we have seen cases where truckload of foodstuff belonging to trader maybe got spoiled somewhere on the road, and people just move it and start offloading it, helping themselves out, and that's without risks. How much more? What's going to happen when you call for a mass protest? Of what extent can the police curtail the excesses when you have situations like this? He mentioned the situation may degenerate to criminal elements